kick it, Jackie Chan.
What is going on, guys? STANGSAUCE here. Welcome back to the channel. So today in this one, we're going to give just kind of a brief overview as to why I went with Brew City Boost. This is kind of an update video because I'd already had a video up about Brew City Boost and why I went with them. But this is going to be kind of a refreshing 2 months later, I think it's 2 months, 2 or 3 months later, as to why I went with Brew City Boost. These guys are phenomenal, but first, let's get a cold start here. Okay, so rewind about 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I got the Brew City Boost first initial tune. And this was before the car had the big front mount intercooler, and it was in the middle of summer. And I was also coming off the Bama tune. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out. I'll leave a link down below and a card up top. The reason why I initially switched from Bama, it just was bad customer service, and I feel like they didn't listen to me. So now fast forwarding, we're with the Brew City Boost tune, and Brew City Boost has been phenomenal. Starting things off, I think their response time was a little bit more delayed than I would have liked. I waited like 9 days, I want to say, for a revision, and it was just a simple revision. But I completely understand. I'm not bashing any means because of that. I completely understand that it's really only one guy that does it. So, you know, shout out to I believe it's Casey. Shout out to Casey. He's got my car moving real quick. I ran a 13.4. If you guys haven't seen that already, I ran a 13.4 up at Milan on the drag strip with all season tires and a stock intercooler. Old boy in the Hellcat ran 12.88. Me in the Mustang ran 13.4. He was at 103, I was at 98. After the modification of the big front mount intercooler, my car has became a complete different beast. I don't get traction at all first through second gear now. My tires are also kind of bad, so that might also be a reason why. But regardless, it's still a monster. The butt dyno does not lie. Brew City Boost has this car moving very, very well here. So I know in the previous video when I talked about Brew City Boost, I was only getting 15 pounds of boost at the crank. You know, when I actually like full wide open throttle, it was only getting 15 pounds of boost. After talking with him, sure, just cut me off. After talking with Casey and figuring out kind of what was going on, it was basically just because I had all this power and I didn't have the intercooler, so it was, you know, it was crunched down a little bit. And then I also had a boost leak somewhere, and I'd figured that out, and you know, from there it was okay. He changed a couple things and he got me back up. Right now I'm running 22.47 pounds of boost. Now that might sound kind of weird, it might not seem like that much boost, and the reason why I'm only for sure on the 22 is because the SCT device stops, I believe, at 22.47. So if you guys look at this, it's 22.47 pounds of boost. Now, it will consistently hold while I'm driving 21 to 22 pounds of boost at any time, you know, when I'm full wide open throttle. So it's about 2 to 3 more pounds than the Bama tune was holding. The Bama tune would max out at 22.47 because that's just what I think the device maxes out at. But I was only actually holding about 17 to 18 pounds. So we're up about 2 to 3 pounds total on the Brew City Boost tune. Mind you, this is without the intercooler because I never had Bama's tunes with the intercooled car, with the big intercooled car. So I don't know how they would react, but all I know is Brew City Boost, these shifts are phenomenal. My gas mileage is about 17.9, and that's because I always pretty much drive in the sport mode with the paddle shifters. Only because you start to get a little knock when you are in the regular just drive mode, and that's because this car loves just going to the next gear. So my biggest gripe with the car is the first gear shifting. When you're in the automatic mode, not sport, just a regular drive mode, if you are completely onto it, it will shift up at about 6,500 RPMs. Well, the problem with the 6,500 RPMs is it's too much. 6,500 is way too much. So I had reached out to Casey before, and I had asked him if we could dial that back. I felt like it was too much, and it was causing the cylinder one misfire. And I'm on brand new plugs. The plugs aren't the issue. They're gapped perfectly fine, .028. All of them are gapped. I've checked them, pulled them and checked them twice. Actually, no, pulled them and checked them 3 times now. And they haven't moved. It's been the same no matter what. Cylinder one misfire. I moved the coils around. The coils didn't follow. It was still cylinder one misfire. But it only happens when I completely get onto it in first gear. When you're in first gear, the regular drive mode, it'll go all the way up to 6,500 RPMs. It takes, you know, kind of a delay, like it's almost way out of its power band, and then it'll upshift, and then, you know, it's fine after that. So my initial thing is I had asked him if we could figure out a way to get rid of that issue, and, you know, he told me to check the normal things that any tuner would tell you to check. I checked them, no issue, and I haven't reached back out to him yet, so this isn't, you know, I'm not by any means talking down on him or anything. This isn't his fault. It's just something we have to work around and work with. So basically, I want to get that dialed down to maybe like 62, 63, and then that might even be too much, maybe about 6K. Dial that down and see how it shifts from there, because I only get the misfire after that happens, after that situation happens. After between 6,000 and 7,000, I'm getting a cylinder one misfire. It's every time, no matter what. It's not a big issue. It's something that can be very easily fixed. But it is an issue to be weary of and to pay attention to. So it's something I need to figure out and get looked at. I honestly, I have no issues with the rest of the tune. This car absolutely flies now. My buddy Mike, I'm sure you guys have seen him in videos. He's got the white 5.0, 100 plus shot of nitrous. And you know, without his nitrous, his full bolt on pretty much, I can hang with him. You know, so that's kind of where I gauge where my, how my car is doing kind of off of him. And I think my car is doing really well. I'm very pleasantly thrilled with what Brew City Boost has done for my car. I would not go to anybody else. They do have great customer service. Like I said, for the one guy who does everything, Casey, you do a great job, dude. Keep killing it. Keep doing what you do best, and just, you know, keep making my car fast. My next thing that I'm going to probably get for this will be an E30 tune through them. I want to get a little bit more power. It'll be after the, you know, the winter's over. E85 is way more pricey, and I really don't need to go that route on a stock turbo. So I'll probably just get the E85, the Bluetooth content sensor, just to see what, you know, percentage I'm running through. That way I always have a good idea of what's in the car. And then we'll just go with the E30 tune. So I'm hoping I want to get the 93 tune completely figured out. No, you know, no questions asked. And then we'll go with the E30 tune and see how that does. But yeah, man, if you guys are looking for the best tuning company, in my opinion, so far, in 2019 for the EcoBoost Mustang, you gotta go with Brew City Boost. They are huge in the EcoBoost market. Nowadays, Lund, they don't tune the EcoBoost anymore, unless you know somebody over there. So you don't have too many options. You still have Tune Plus, and you still have PD tuning. But I feel like I always like doing things that aren't the same as everybody else. Hence the reason why I don't have the RTR grill lights that everybody has. I know someone had asked me that a while back. So I like going with things that aren't just your typical average. Everybody's going with PD tuning, purple drink tuning, or Tune Plus. So I want to be a little bit different. I went with Brew City Boost, and I am extremely thrilled that I went with Brew City Boost. If you guys haven't already, go check them out. You can go check out their Instagram, or I'll leave a Link to their website down in the description below. I'm not sponsored by them by any means or anything like that. They just do good work and are real quick, and they love what they do over there. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. If you guys are looking for a new tune for your EcoBoost Mustang, go get Brew City Boost tune. They'll hook you up. Go tell them I sent you. I'm not sponsored or anything, but just so they kind of know where the traffic came from. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for the new videos. I'd like to post usually about once a week now. This past week I've actually posted like 3 times. So, you know, it just kind of differs. Sometimes there's weeks where sometimes there's times where I'll go a couple weeks without posting, and sometimes there's times where I'll post 3-4 times a week. It just kind of all depends, but subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified. If you really like this video, hit the thumbs up, and as always, peace out.